Hello and welcome to the Station Hotel Talking Parra live show. I don't know why I dragged that out so long, but I got there eventually. I was trying to have a thought. Proudly sponsored by Beach Jerky, Eurowork, Bay Vista, Spot On Hose and Fittings, JD's Buyers Agents, X-Visory, Paraleagues, Archibald Racing. Time for a chat. Crown Property Finance, Riverside Brewing Co., Non-Stop Landscapes, ZMS Trophies, and of course, the Station Hotel. Yes, I am here. I am here briefly. Look, I'll probably get caught up in it and hang around for the nostalgia segment because Longy has been talking it up deluxe. So I'll hand over the reins to Jez. As I've said for quite a while, Jez is going to host for the next couple of weeks. After this podcast, I'll be off expecting the birth of a newborn baby, obviously. So I'll be having a little bit of a break away. Perfect time mid-season, and then we'll be back when we get to July to roll on with the rest of the year. So, look, obviously, before we get into tonight's show, we're going to talk about the Raiders review after that win on Saturday night. We'll draw the raffle at about 8:45, Origin preview, and then the trip down memory lane is going to be fantastic. Look, before we get into that, just once again want to say, I know I've said it quite a few times, but thank you for all the support. Saturday night, I was a little bit emotional. Hayden and Troy were with me for most of the night. I didn't plan on going to the game. I kind of made that decision probably early Saturday morning. I wasn't meant to go, but made a decision to go after some advice. Pretty much I didn't play on my mind the whole time. For the next 7 weeks, I couldn't go to a game. So went to the game. 150 to 200 people probably walked up to me. Wasn't going away looking for people. I was trying to sit pretty much where I was in the swarm. And 200 people, just the fact they walked up and just the things they said and support they offered and agreeing with what we've been saying was just absolutely fantastic. So really proud of that, and just grateful for everyone there. So just a little bit of an update too. I haven't really posted anywhere, but the club hasn't cancelled my full membership. I've still got a membership which my parents use that I pay for, and my corporate and my captain's club have been cancelled. So that's the update you might have wanted, didn't want, but you've got it anyway. So, everyone's not there. So let's add them in right here. Before we get into that, obviously, as I said, we are drawing our raffle tonight. We've got about 10 minutes left to buy a ticket. So if you're thinking about buying tickets or you've bought some tickets and you want to buy some more tickets, I jump across now because in 10 minutes that's going to close. And then we'll draw the winner at 8:45. We'll call the person live. Hopefully they pick up the phone and hopefully they're watching. It'll be pretty cool. Now, the way that's going to work, that draw is, I'm not going to say the name because it'll be pretty exciting for someone to not know their name heard. And then they get a phone call and they know they've won, or they might know my number, or they might reject my call. So that's going to be pretty cool, pretty exciting. Hopefully the person does pick up, and then obviously I'll say the name. And how this raffle link thing works is there is an option that you don't want your name publicized as well. So hopefully that's not the case, but I just want to put that out there straight away so we don't get accusations thrown around as well. I'll declare how much we've sold. Obviously there was a cost to put the raffle on, and then should be able to do some quick maths to roughly work out how much will go to the East Mountain Griffins and Talk to Me Bro. Obviously as well, we announced our Vegas giveaway. So second one, obviously one with the raffle. This one's a straight out giveaway. So it's a follow, Talking Parra, like, all that kind of stuff that you always do. Head across to that post. We'll share it several times. We're going to draw out 20 winners on the Tuesday podcast on the 28th of July. And it'll be a goal kicking comp on Sunday the 30th. Now, some simple rules. You can either kick it yourself, sub in a podcast member. I wouldn't advise that. Sub in an ex or current NRL player to take that kick for you. Now, obviously, we've put some terms and conditions. We can add some people in we want to. And I'm going to be generous tonight. So there'll probably already be people commenting shared. I can't see Jess, so give me a nod if there is, because it usually happens pretty much straight away. No one's done it yet. Fuck. Wow. That's cool. All right. Well, don't worry about that, guys. I won't do that. So, no, I'm just joking. So if you share tonight's podcast, comment shared once you've done it. I'm going to pick someone out tonight that's going to go into that kicking competition straight away. So they'll avoid that step there. One person, Sunday, the 30th of August, will go in for that kicking comp straight away. And that'll be randomly done towards the end of the podcast. Must be here as well. So keep watching if you're going to do that. All right. Well, before we get into the games, welcome, Jack, mate. Happy birthday. I haven't said happy birthday all day because I wanted it to be special for you. I was going to do it in a sexual voice and sing happy birthday to Jack, but he's had a drink. So, how you feeling, mate? You feeling old?
Yeah, mate. Woke up, back was a bit tired, a little bit of extra coffee in the morning to get me a bit of a pip up, and I was ready for bed about an hour ago. So definitely staring at the face of 30. So I'm prepared for
it. Love it. How old are you? 29.
26.
Got ages to go.
26.
Ages away.
26 with the liver of the 46-year-old. Hey, mate, speaking of having the liver of 46-year-olds, what you had 20 years ago, how you doing?
I'm actually 48, Adam. So, yeah, but, close enough. But I'm feeling pretty good. Good weekend, good result. As someone else said, Australia won the soccer as well. And, yeah, feeling pretty good and looking forward to the nostalgia piece later on tonight.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, Jack. And happy birthday to your twin brother as well, as you've got there written down the bottom there. Peter Sterling, 66 today, club legend. Haven't seen anything on socials, but I put something up. And happy birthday, Mr. Sterling.
That's it. Everyone's following your page, Troy, for that reason. Everyone's birthday, and we love it. So, Longy, mate, speaking of bald men with average-sized noses, how you doing?
Oh, mate, not as talented as Sterlo, unfortunately, but a few years younger, so feeling good. Look, everything's coming up Millhouse. Parramatta win. The Blues are going to lock up the series. The Socceroos win. It's all good. So I figured a trip down memory lane would be nice. Bit of nostalgia, remind us why we're all Parra fans, because it's been a bit tough this year.
That's actually very true. And look, I just want to address this now because it came up a few times on League of Inches on Sunday night. No, I'm not drunk. I've just I've just really got the art back of just not giving a fuck, in case anyone can't realize. So I like to have a bit of fun. That's what this podcast is all about. This podcast is about having fun, talking shit, footy, and obviously giving back to the fans. So how good is that? So Hayden, how are you going? I won't say anything mean about you because I do that every other week. So how are you traveling?
Yeah, pretty good. Didn't expect the result on the weekend tipping against us, but definitely felt good. And happy birthday to Jack, who is now my age, 26. We're old pricks.
No. Matthew, that jersey is available. The Eels have posted about it a lot of times since Saturday's game. So they're definitely trying to sell those jerseys and make a lot of profit off them. So, yeah, get across to the Eels store or any other store that essentially sells them. I think Peter Wynn's got them. What place have them? Cornerstone have them, Troy?
Quarter Post has them, yeah.
So anywhere you need, you should be able to pick up one of those jerseys, which is great. They're actually, I love them. I've got one as well. Still not sold on Macron. I bought a 3XL because I was buying double XLs, and I buy a 3XL and it's fucking swimming on me, and the double XL's tight, so you'll never know. Let's get into the game right now. It was a 15 points to 12 win. What a scoreline that was, 9-0 at halftime. The first half field goal didn't come back to haunt us. I know Jeremy hates a first half field goal. We held on. Our defense was really good on Saturday night. I want to give Isaiah Iongi a wrap, and I'll do it straight off the show. He's obviously going to pick up some awards as well. But Isaiah Iongi, my biggest question mark about him, and I've come out and said, and I've copped some shit for it, and I've made some comparisons, and people don't like it, but he organised our defensive line the best he has in his NRL career on Saturday night. I know we're playing a Canberra team without Ethan Strange, without Hudson Young and probably some other players. Well, we have our players as well. I'm not making excuses for them there, but the way he did it was the best he's done it, and that's one thing he really needed to work on his game. No one's ever questioned his attack. His attack's only going to get better, but his defense early on in the year, his positioning wasn't good enough. I'll be 100% honest there, and he fixed that up on Saturday night. So shout out to him for that. That's why our defense was so good. Also, shout out to Harrison Edwards. He'll get a Defender of the Week. I'll just do it now. Defender of the Week award, Harrison Edwards. 36 tackles, 100% tackle success. Since he's come, I think he's missed like 2 tackles in 3 games. And his minutes are getting stronger and stronger and bigger. So absolutely killing it there. Your thoughts on the game? We'll start with you, Longy.
Yeah, good game. I was just looking at the stats before, and the yardage out of the backfield really stands out. So up against the Canberra pack, it's got Corey Horsburgh. They got Joey Tarpanay. They got Hosking. There are heaps of weapons there. We saw all 5 of our back 5 pump out 100-plus meters. So they really stepped up where the forward pack had a tougher matchup. So I love to see that. Any win's a good win, right? Any win's a good win, especially without Moses. Great to see the young players coming together for it. So, yeah, cracker of a win.
Yep, fair shout. Hayden, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought our defense, especially in that first half, was amazing. Not so much in the second, but never felt like Canberra were in the game. I know with probably about 12, 15 minutes to go, it felt like the Raiders were going to, come home with a wet sail. But in saying that, even if they were to come away with a win, I probably would have been pretty happy with Parramatta's performance because I felt like we played for at least 65, even 80 minutes, really, obviously coming away with the points. But the big thing for me is how often we were able to get down their end, although we weren't able to score that many points with Mitchell Moses obviously being missing. is one component, but we just got down there so much, so many opportunity, which is something we don't see. We don't often win field position, and they've got a strong forward pack, and Joe Tapanay's milestone game, and we spoiled that as well. So their forwards definitely didn't stand up, and ours did.
Yeah, fair shout, Jack.
No, it was good. It was good to see that back five get us out of our own end. That's been our problem. That's why Mitch Moses is averaging that 700 kick meters a game. So finally able to get out there. And just in our attack, Sanders was running the heaps of traffic at Volkman, and he stood up. He initiated defense. He was trying to put shots on, and it really threw him. And that last 10, how many times have we seen us play well for 60 and then bottle in that last bit and lose? I've seen that story a million times, hence why I was screaming obscenities at the TV for the last little bit. But we stood up, we stayed in the fight, and yeah, as long as he said, any win's a good win. Make that one little step further away from the Dragons.
2 points is 2 points, as they say. Obviously, some people saying in the comments there, and you obviously mentioned as well how forward stood up and kicking us out of trouble and stuff like that. I want to give him a massive shout out. He took out the fan-voted player of the match, Brian Kelly. His tough carries a lot on fourth tackle when he already had a run really got us out of trouble. There was a couple of times where we were really pinned in. He had two really good runs I can think of where he ran for about 19 meters just from a hit up, drag people with him. That was the difference. We know with Mitch Moses not being there and having that long kicking game, Volkman was kicking the absolute shit out of the ball once again, but he's not Mitch Moses. He hasn't got the kicking game Mitch Moses. I think we lose that game if Brian Kelly isn't taking those runs. So I'm really happy that fans are starting to see the work he's done, and we've been talking about it for about 7 weeks now. He's starting to get the recognition he deserves online, not just by the fans, by other places as well. And that's what he deserves. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's not a flashy, he is a flashy player. He's not a big name player that everyone wanted, but at the moment, he's our back of the year. And that's saying something. I don't know if anyone's going to argue with me there, but I honestly think he is. He's playing the most consistent footy. Sam Rainey's been good as well, but hasn't played as many games. So, Troy, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, just to add to Brian Kelly, someone just mentioned it there before I had a chance, but the way that he kept his arm off the sideline, off the ground before Sam Rainey's try, very smart play there. A lot of players probably would have put their arm down on the ground and would have been out, but that led to Sam Rainey's smart play as well, noticing that the winger was at marker and just made the dash for the try. But yeah, you could see the tone was sort of set from the start when Jack Williams took that first hit up. He just really ran into that defensive line of Canberra, and it just really, you could really see that it really meant that they were going to be on. And Isaiah was everywhere again. The two tries that were scored were probably semi-identical. Kit Kat's one was a lot cleaner and a lot better. But yeah, just the scrambling defense as well was really good to see from Parramatta.
Yep. 5 minutes left to buy our tickets as well, guys. Just for that 5 minute warning up, that will close in 5 minutes automatically. So if you want to get tickets, grab them now. Let's go to our player of the match. Obviously, as a podcast, we voted for Isaiah Iongi. Isaiah Iongi got 2 try assists, 25 runs, 175 run meters, 3 line break assists, and 4 tackle breaks. So 3 line break assists is really impressive because I haven't seen many high stats in that for us this year as well. Obviously, when we went to our 3-2-1, that meant he took out the 3 points. Kit Kat probably played his best game. I won't say played his best game for us because he had a really good game last year, but definitely his best game of the year with the 2 points, and Kelly picked up the 1 point. Go to the leaderboard. Josh is on 12 points there. 10 points there. Isaiah Iongi's on 8 points, brings a little bit closer. Junior 7, Volkman 7, and Kit Kat comes into the top 5 with 6 points. We'll go to your player of the match first. We'll go back to you first, Troy. Who was your player of the match?
Oh, well, no doubt it was Isaiah. Just the effort he put in, and not only in attack but defence as well. I think he stopped that try on Jed Stewart in the corner, knocked the ball out. He wasn't able to put it down. So, and also the pressure high kicks that he took as well. I don't think he dropped one on the weekend. And yeah, who'd want to play fullback trying to take those kicks?
Yep, Jack, mate. Troy pretty much gave every description of Iongi's performance then. So if you're just going to say Isaiah, then give someone else a plug as well while you're at it.
Well, I'm gonna pivot a bit. It is Isaiah, but what I will say, it was good that we're finally able to get our back rows isolated on their halves. we've got all these our back rows are such damaging runners, and we just use them as blocks. It was good that we got Kelmer. It was on Timoko because Sanders is a silly little boy, decided to get himself binned. Beautiful stuff there, I must say. For that first try, and then we're able to do the same. Where we got Laurie on an island with Cortoga, and he didn't know what to do, so he jammed in Isaiah. I've been wanting to see it way more often than we have, so it's finally good to see that we're using our back row to what they're good at, which is hitting holes.
Yeah, and that's one criticism I had of Kit Kat last year was there was gaps opening up in front. And look, obviously last year he was playing a lot with Dylan Brown at the start of the year. There was gaps opening up for him and he wasn't quite taking it. And I think it's one thing he's really worked on. I'm going to say this now, right? There's some people out there saying you can't criticize players, you can't do what you're doing, all this kind of stuff. One person in particular wants to go down on us, right? Constructive criticism is a thing when you play sport. We've all played it. I've taken criticism before of coaches and stuff. It's part of the game. We're not coming out and saying a player's shit like idiots do on Facebook when they make those comments and stuff. We're turning around and saying this is things they need to work on because we know they're a young team and they're still developing. For Parramatta's season, I have never once blamed an individual player or any player in general, to be honest. Or I've never come out and blamed Jason Riles. Yet there's this idea out there now that someone wants to spread around, and I know where it's coming from, that's what we're saying. No, we're not. We're far from that. We know they're a development team. My problem with Parramatta is we haven't recruited well enough. When you've got these players developing, you need some bigger stars and you need some more solid first graders to support them. And we just don't have that at the moment. Yes, we've got injuries. I get that. The only person I think makes a difference to our season at the moment is Mitchell Moses. Every other player is out. The person who has stood up is doing a good enough job for him. And I'll go through and run through it now. You've got Harrison Edwards and, someone like Sam Tuivasa when he gets back on the field is going to stand. Sorry, Harrison Edwards is replacing Jermaine Hopgood, but then Matt Dury. Other forwards have stood up and done that role as well. Junior Paulo, he's only missed a couple of games, but he was doing a really good role injured. And Will Penasini, Jordan Samrani, Bailey Simonson, Brian Kelly, they're playing as well as those other players are. So if people want to go out and talk shit about that, then do what you want to do, but maybe watch a podcast first instead of having your opinion, or watch it unbiasedly. Sorry, guys, had to go there. Hayden, I think I'm up to you, aren't I, mate?
Yeah, I went with Isaiah as well, but I've got to give honourable mentions here. And normally I just give one, but a bit of a 3-2-1 for you. 3 for Iongi. I'm giving 2 to Volkman. I thought he was outstanding, kicked us out of trouble, good in defence as well, especially in that last game against the Bulldogs with that play at the end, which I thought was the wrong play. For this game, to back that up and just have so much confidence and lead the team around, I thought he was outstanding. And then 1 for Brian Kelly, who's been really, really good this year, and people are finally starting to see that. But, yeah, for me, it was Iongi and Volkman that really stood up.
I agree Volkman was good in attack. I had to have a little bit of a laugh what you said about defence there. He missed 12 tackles. Constructive criticism time.
He did, but it was a lot of him shooting up and making first contact. Yeah, he was bouncing off, but because he was making that first contact, it was slowing it down a bit.
I still think his second rower needs to do a better job protecting him. I'm not going to name the name, but his second rower needs to do a much better job protecting him.
Back rowers in general need to protect halves a bit better.
And Kit Kat and Joash seem to nail it. So Kit Kat against the Bulldogs left Joash one-on-one when he shot at the line. And what's that bloke from...
Setili Tupanua.
That guy. I was going to get Hayden to say it, see if he could. He rushed through and he scored that try, and he left Joash one-on-one with him. They seem to get it right this week, and that's one thing that other edge... I'd be making a change and putting Jack Williams back in the second row because I think Jack Williams can help Volkman out a lot. Longy, mate, who was your player of the match?
Yeah, obviously Iongi was fantastic, but I'm watching Parramatta right now just thinking who in our squad right now can develop into a player who can be a part of a premiership winning team, right? And we're not in a premiership window right now, but we're trying to work our way into one. And I'm looking at Kautonga really closely and just thinking about, a few months ago I was thinking, is he that guy? I'm not sure. He's shown signs. And I think the last couple of weeks he's sort of shown that punch where I'm thinking Kautonga is going to be a guy who is good enough to win a comp. And with him and, Jaden Sewer in the edge back row spots, I think we're in a really good position. And then look at like Samrani, and I think he's showing a bunch of that as well. Yeah, big Supercoach score there too. But Samrani's showing that too. I think Penasini he's got to come back and sort of show it a bit more, but there's a lot of power running on these edges, right? So you've got your work cut out for you coming up against Parramatta, especially if we can keep Josh Adokar going for a while. Brian Kelly, the yardage is good too. So I'm just looking at them like that. And I guess one thing I'm thinking about is Ronald Volkman's been awesome this year. Is he 100% leaving end of the year? Like, have we locked that in? Or because at this point, I'm looking at him thinking I'd like him to stay.
I have no inside information, of course. I need to start every time I
Oh my God.
now.
You're on zero tackle right now searching.
Yeah. No, I think he was looking to go to the Super League, and Parramatta were trying to convince him to stay for a year. And look, the Super League's obviously going to throw in big money, a lot more money than he's on at Parramatta. And the reality is, if he's at Parramatta, he's probably not going to be in the starting team every week. We know that. He's going to come in when Mitch is like playing Origin or injured, or, like you got obviously Joash and Lorenzo there for 5'8" as well. I don't think he's part of the long-term plans in that regard compared to those three players. So if he does stay, he'll spend a lot of time in Cup next year. So look at it from this. Like, if he stays here, he could probably build his game up a bit more. With PNG and the Bears, obviously, Bears looking for players, PNG coming in, there's an opportunity there for him potentially. If he goes to Super League, you'll get big money and he'll fucking kill it over there. Like, his question marks his defense. There's no doubt about that. Everyone can see that. But he goes over there, it's a weaker competition defensively. There's a lot more points scored. And he'll just absolutely, it's a lot less structured game as well. So he'll carve that up over there. So I said carve.
I just think he's got a bit of Cody Nicarimo about him, right? And, it took Cody some time to develop too.
Yeah.
I think he's 23 years old. I look at it and go, him versus Joash for that 5'8" spot next year would be pretty healthy competition.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. So it'll be interesting which way they go there. Our JD buyer's agent, Supercoach player on the rise, as I put up before, was Kit Kat. The awesome graphic there, 89 points, 132 run meters, 3 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 2 offloads, 1 try, and 30 tackles from, I think, 32, which is really good compared to the week before. Finally, our Beach Shirky moment of the week was the Parra fans. Shout out to the Parramatta fans. The crowd figure they put up was 16,500. So my experience of the stadium and being there for the Warriors game, I don't think there was exactly that amount there. May have been some GST added, which we know all clubs do. That's not a dig at Parramatta. All clubs like to add a bit of GST. But the fans that were there were your diehards. Were your ones that were going to be there, rain, hail, or shine every week. There's quite a few Canberra fans there as well, actually, turned up, which is good for them. It was loud. The atmosphere was really good because everyone was getting into it. I was on the drum and the Viking clap at the end went off. So shout out to the Parra faithful for turning up. A lot of people come out, like I said, and say, oh, why are you guys turning up? People should be voting with their, pockets and all this kind of stuff. I'll always turn up to watch those players, and give everything for them. So, look, that's pretty much it in regards to that game. I want to talk about something else, which is a bit of a comparison, but we're going to do this. We've got 5 minutes to do the raffle. So I will say now the raffle is closed. So I'll quickly close that. And I'll ask this question as I do it. Harrison Edwards and Jack DeBellin, right? Harrison Edwards, for me, I don't rate his service at hooker, but I rate what he's doing defensively. I feel like him and Jack are both doing a really good job defensively, but both offer very little for attack. Now, I'll go to you first, Jack, on this one. What would you be doing in that situation? Would you be dropping one, seeing each other like approaches?
Well, if we're assuming Riley Smith comes back to first grade, I'd have Smith at 9, Harrison Edwards at 13, and I'd put DeBellin back into Cup. I think Edwards is just a bit more of a mobile version than DeBellin. He's really tightened up our middle. And even if you have him in for 2 20-minute stints and have Dylan Walker in at that meantime, it gives us off to really good starts in the middle and then allowing our attack to really kick forward after that little softening up period has happened.
Yeah, good shout. Hayden, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I think that Harrison Edwards, as you said, the word versatile there. There's a couple of games where we've sort of been in those games, like that game against the Knights. So that's shown for me that he's definitely sharpened up our defense in the middle just that little bit when he goes to that position. So, yeah, I don't like his service at 9 as well, like you, Adam. I've been saying the Ants joke for a few weeks. I think I'll let the Ants joke die this week. But I won't let Harrison Edwards in the starting team die. I'm putting Jack DeBellin in Cup and put Harry at 13 for now.
I guess we'll look at what's in our future plans as well, which I'll throw to you along on that one. It's a club option for Jack DeBellin next year with someone like Harrison, which we obviously didn't expect to sign when we signed Jack. What are you doing with that club option?
I'm not taking it. I think with the young props we have coming through, particularly to Avidi, We're probably going to move Hopgood to a bit of lock as well when he's back next year too. So a bit of a hybrid between Hopgood and Edwards is probably the play. I think Jack sort of nailed it there. The good teams, the good clubs, like you look at the Storm, for example, and how they build their team. Trent Loiera is at lock. He's a guy who doesn't offer much in attack, gets a bunch of defense done. You know, Isaiah Yo's very good, but his main thing is defensive cleanup as well. So that's what we need at the lock spot, and Edwards offers that.
Yeah, that's fair. On that, Troy, obviously, you know, Longy just mentioned young forwards coming through, not taking the option for Jack to Bellin. Hopgood to lock. Dylan Walker's obviously looks like he's been told he can go as well to the Super League. Shopped around a bit there by his manager. Are you seeing something like that happen as well? Jack gone, Walker gone, Junior maybe another year, and then, you know, something like Edwards and Hopgood at lock?
Yeah, for sure. I think Junior will go around again next year to get that 300 game, be in that 300 game club. I think he deserves that. But yeah, I think Jack and Dylan will go as well. And yeah, those two, Harrison and what was his name, Jermaine Hopgood, share that lock position, I think, throughout the year.
I think the thing with me is having Junior starting and then Hopgood as a front row option as well. If we're losing Walker, gives us that ball playing ability in the front row. Because I don't like Edwards obviously has a ball playing ability because he's playing hooker at the moment, but you know, like Hopgood going there as well. Luca Moretti for me is a really interesting one. I think Luca's turning back into more of a lock as well than an out and out front row with those good young kids coming through. I think he just needs to work on his ball playing ability a little bit better. All right, well, we're dragged out long enough. It's almost 8:45, so how we're going to do this, like I said, is we're going to draw the raffle now. I said it for those on at the start, and there's obviously a lot more of you on now. It may come up that the person has selected they don't want their name named. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but I'm being very transparent. Is that the word I'm after? Yeah, with everyone here and saying that may happen. I'm not going to announce the name because there's obviously a lot of people probably sitting by their phones waiting for this phone call. I'm going to hold it up here, take my headphones off so I'll be able to hear anything you guys are saying, by the way. So no one, you know, swear anything.
Quickly, let's talk shit about Adam. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm going, right?
It's recorded, by the way. It's recorded live on Facebook and YouTube. So. But I'll draw it, and then obviously I'll give that person a call. Then I'll ask them to confirm their name, and if they're happy to confirm their name, it means I can obviously announce it. So I'm pushing the button now, and I have no control of this. I push a button, I don't know if you can see that. It says draw raffle, and boom. Yes, I'm sure I want to draw the raffle. Once again, $5,000 Hello World Stanhope Hardens gift card. Okay. It's happening. I don't know what's happening. Raffle winners. And
Why's my phone ringing?
okay. I'm going to call this person now. And we're going to, there you go. It's, you know, what's really funny. It's someone that just bought a ticket because their number is right near the end. So someone has gone on and bought a ticket. And I believe the person is in the comments. So this is going to be pretty fucking cool. So I'll give him a call right now.
We need some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music.
Yeah, you can do some music.
Dun, 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 dun. Why am I doing the soul music?
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, mate.
You watching the podcast?
Yeah, I am, mate.
Yeah, well, can you confirm your full name to me, please?
It's me, mate. Rob McMahon.
Rob McMahon. Rob McMahon, guess what? I've just drawn the raffle. And obviously, I'll share these details well with everyone, but you are the winner of the Vegas raffle. So $5,000.
Yes.
Yep. So you're live on the podcast now. You're probably about 30 seconds delayed, but you're live on the podcast. So you can say bullshit. You can say fuck. Just don't say the C word. We had to kick someone off for doing that too much. So, so yeah, $5,000 Hello World Stanhope Gardens voucher, $1,000 Visa, and 2 2027 jerseys of your choice. Obviously, we take in the Parramatta jerseys there, thanks to Adidas. So I'll give you a call tomorrow and confirm all the details with you. But congratulations.
Well done. Congratulations.
On your rod.
You can't
Rod.
All right, I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you later on.
All right, hey, just before,
Yep, I've got you.
yeah, just before I go, mate, I really appreciate what you do, Adam, and
Yep.
thanks, mate. I really appreciate you, Adam, and Toy, mate. I love you, blokes.
Thanks, no worries. I'll chat with you later. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Hey, if I can
What
about
go.
the rest of us?
What a top bloke.
Good on
Yeah.
you, Rob. Well done. Congratulations.
Awesome.
That's
How good.
Yep, so I have to work out how to actually copy and paste results and screenshot that. So and it's good. It said public, so I didn't break any rules there. So that's absolutely fantastic. And optional notify. I'm trying to work this all out. Copy to clipboard. I'll work that fucking out later. I've screenshot it and we will post that obviously. So how good? Yeah, it's one prize, Benzie. One prize or one winner, all to get them to Vegas. So that's it. So don't forget though, obviously your chances still are to win, like I said. So we're fully giving away this one. No raffle ticket, no cost to enter. The poster's there. I don't know, Jez, if you can find that post and share it in the comments or something, but head across, like, follow, tag a friend, share this post, and we'll pick our winner. And like I said, if you're sharing the podcast tonight, comment shared, we're going to pick one winner to go straight in that kicking competition. So that's absolutely fantastic. So cool. All right. That's pretty cool. Let's move on. There's not a lot of news to get around to today at all. So got my foundation shirt. That was pretty cool. We're obviously on the foundation shirt. Talking Parra there, as I said, not Adam Martin. Podcast not about me. It's about talking Parra and the fans. So that one more time. We are still Parra proud, believe it or not. And we're going to do a quick Origin preview. So I'll bring Jez in. Now, this is where I hand things over to Jez for... Yeah, Jez, I'll even give you the promotion over here. Hayden's gone. Golfer.
He's ringing Rob to see if he can go to Vegas with him.
Yeah,
he was upset his name wasn't drawn out.
He's gone. He wasn't allowed to buy tickets.
It's Schmid and Knowles.
Let's talk Origin. Let's talk Origin. And we'll talk about it.
Get rid of him. Oh, actually, I can.
Yeah, boot him.
Let's talk Origin. No, we'll leave him. Let him have his say first of all. So, all right. So, tomorrow night in Melbourne, I'd like to thank the Parramatta Eels for my refund and my new TCL 85-inch screen TV as well for watching that Origin on. Fantastic. Thanks to the good guys at Mate for hooking me up there. But down in Melbourne, obviously Mitchell Moses cleared to play is obviously the big news as Parramatta fans, which is pretty exciting for us to see Mitch play. But it makes me care about Origin more. I know there's some fans that are on the fence and fans don't really care, but like I like watching Origin when there's a Parramatta player. I'm scared shitless they're going to get hurt like I used to be with Jared. Every time Jared ran the ball, especially in that game where there was the all-in brawl in game 3, Steve Price got knocked the fuck out. And then Jared turned around and he won the, he ran one of those ones out. I think Kurt Gidley got whacked. Someone else got whacked. I was like, oh no, Jared's about to get absolutely fucking eaten. And he burst through him and then got whacked on the ground. So it wasn't a good moment. So I did $300 worth of tickets. There you go. That's what we want. Someone who's supported Parra for 45 years. It's the kind of thing that we do want to give away to someone like that. It's the kind of person that I believe deserves recognition all the time, not just by a podcast, by absolutely everybody involved with the club. And yeah, I'm throwing digs. I don't give a fuck anymore. So let's get back to Origin. How do we think it's going to go, Jez?
Oh, Blues win, obviously. Some big changes, though. Speaking about players that are coming in, we've got another Newcastle boy in there. So Lucas moves straight in. I feel a little bit sorry for Olakau'atu.
I fucking had to say something about Newcastle. I put him in charge of a podcast for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I have the controls on my end too, champ, so I can just get straight back in.
He called you champ.
Yeah, I'm serious. Wait till Hayden speaks. Last time I triggered him so much, he sent me hate mail. I feel a bit stiff for him missing out, especially when he's a specialist on that side. As I said on League of Inches, that Willie Mason went into really big depth around that. I'm pumped for Lucas. I think he's playing out of his skin, but it was just a bit harsh to see him dropped. But I'm always pumped to see Mitchell Moses play in a sky blue jersey. It just brings him to the next level, and he bloody deserves it. So New South Wales win by plenty.
All right, Hayden, I promise we're going to let you have your say straight away, okay?
Looks like a fucking Sith Lord too with his hoodie up and everything.
He's not intimidating.
I'm feeling the darkness. I'm just feeling the darkness. Everyone's expecting this big Blues victory there in the MCG. I'm surprised you haven't kicked me off. I've been waiting for it. So let's keep talking.
Just say what you want to say. All right?
Put your hands up, Adam.
Look, both of these teams look fairly even.
Oh, he's saying I had to bring back the clown music.
No, it's all good. Both of these teams look quite even on paper. A few changes to both of their benches. Payne Haas is obviously a massive inclusion for the Blues. Mitchell Moses will tidy up that defence that let in a few points, even though they did get the job done in game 1. But I'm going to go the Maroons in Golden Point here.
I forget
Who's missing from the Blues squad, Hayden?
Well, I can tell you that there's players that have been benched.
Yeah, who's that?
The answer to that, Troy, is I don't care, says Darth Hayden. But for this game, I'm going to go. I think it's going to be a New South Wales lead with about 15 minutes to go. I think Robert Toya is going to score a try that doesn't get converted. This game will go in Golden Point, and Queensland off a Sam Walker field goal will win 17-16. And your first try scorer is Selwyn Cobbo, and for the Blues, Mark Nwanganitawase.
Anybody hear anything Hayden said?
This has just become so unlistenable.
That is the first time you've used all those sounds of that fancy machine of yours.
Clip that, Adam.
I forgot I had him. The thing is, he probably said Olakau'atu properly as well, and we've all missed it. So
No, he went out of his way to not say Hamoli.
I actually said Marky Mark, correct?
of course, yeah. What's his last name?
Mark Nwanganitawase.
Hey, not bad.
That's not bad. He's been practicing. All right, Jack, what do you got?
I do agree with Hayden that New South Wales will be winning with 15 minutes to go. But I'm going to double down on that and say we score at least 30 extra points in the last 15. I reckon, same as last time we played in MCG with Moe, first half masterclass, at least 34-0 at half time. And instead of putting our foot in the breaks, we just double down. We win 70-0, and it ends with a Mitch Moses 2-point field goal, while everyone in New South Wales is giving everyone from Queensland the bird because we can't punch.
We can't punch, yeah. We can. I'd love to see a brawl. It'd be fantastic. Longy, what are you thinking?
Mate, it's too good. It's too good. Obviously, the Blues game one. We won. Doesn't really matter how. Coming to this game, Mitch Moses, one of our best players, if not our best Origin player ever. No, that's a bit preemptive, but
No, double
one of
down.
our best. He comes in, right? You get Payne Haas back too, and there's no talk about that, but Payne Haas is massive addition as well. And Mark Nwanganitawase, think about that as an aerial threat for Nathan Cleary and Mitch Moses. So I just reckon there's going to be some points on offer here. I think it won't be as grindy as game one, and I think it's going to be a fun game of footy. I'll back the Blues to get up, but I think it'll be close. Like, I'll go with Jack's call. It's the birthday. 2-point field goal for Mitch Moses.
I'm not going to go to you.
Who's Marky Mark lining up against?
Jojo.
He's not
Long night for Mr. Fafita.
Yeah.
Delicious.
He's still a Queenslander. I'm going to go before you, Troy, because I'm not going to be popular here. And it's not what the NRL fairy tale wants. I hope New South Wales win, but I think Ashley Klein is going to be, well, I think he's had a bet on Queensland, to be honest. I can't say that shit. I think Ashley Klein's going to be out really worried about his refereeing for the first game. So I think Queensland get the win here by 2 points. But don't worry, guys, because you know what happens? We go to Origin in game 3, right? Mitchell Moses is the king of Suncorp, and he guides us to a famous victory, a win 13+. So I'm going Queensland by 2 tomorrow night. And Michael, where'd you get sound effects? Michael made a very valid point that we weren't in that game at all against Queensland in game 1 until Ponga decided to drop a shoulder into a head like he likes to do. So
it's a legitimate tackling technique.
Yeah, we've got to be better, a lot better. I think we will be with Mitch, a lot more settled there. So what's your thoughts, Troy?
Yes, well, obviously the start is important, not like game 1. A few changes there. Look, I'm excited to see Lucas play, but I think Olakau'atu should be there myself. But, Mitch being there as well. Got man of the match game 2 years ago. New South Wales have got a good record down in Melbourne. They've only lost once. That was the famous 1995 Neville Nobody's team. So I think they should be in for a good shot tomorrow night.
Let's quickly go around the grounds. I want a full-time score, a first try scorer. And we'll do a bold prediction, so I don't have to change the. I'm not even going to do the graph. Let's just do it anyway. So full-time score and first try scorer. Hayden, will go with you first.
17-16 to the Maroons. First try scorer, Selwyn Cobbo.
Bold prediction?
No bold prediction. Yeah, all right, go, give me a bold prediction. No, don't give me a bold prediction. It's too much effort. I'm going to have to do a whole new graphic for this. I don't want to do that. So, Troy?
24-20 New South Wales. Mark Nguyen, stuffed it already. Marky Mark scored the first try from a Mitch Moses crossfield kick, like that other bloke that used to play for Parramatta. And bold prediction will be Reece Walsh won't play.
I'm doing my bold prediction then. If you're doing one, I'm doing
No, he's
one.
not doing a bold prediction. Ignore it. He's not doing it. No, you don't get to say this. You got a fucking filthy jacket on, you idiot. All right, Longy.
I'll go the Blues, get the dub. 24-22, cracker of a game. You're asking for a first try scorer?
Yeah.
I'll go different. I'll back Payne Haas to barge over.
Oof.
Big game for him.
Yeah, Longy, what's your bold prediction, Longy?
That Payne Haas scores. So
Nice. $8.50.
First.
First, yeah, $51. Oh, he's commenting there. Jack, yes, can you remove that comment?
Yeah, we can remove comments. So that's fine.
Maybe actually blocks him altogether is what I
get
want.
rid of that stuff.
I can't do that. I can delete comment. There, it's gone. There you go. Jack?
I'm going to go 28-14 to New South Wales. I'm going to go Hudson Young first try scorer off a Mitch Moses grubber. And I want to do a bold prediction if I can. Marky Mark to Specky Jojo Fafita so violently, they have to surgically remove them from each other.
I'm going mine. 20-18 to Queensland. As I said, sorry, can't help myself. But
Jez,
New
can
South
we
Wales-
kick him out? Like we do it
Yeah,
to
I
hate
can.
when he picks.
Yeah, I really can. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
moving on. It's what the
can't
fans
be-
want anyway.
You don't get to be. You can't be unbiased with Origin. You got to double down.
Dude, because
Yeah, it's
I just
disgusting,
know
bro.
how it's going to go.
Gross.
I know that they want NRL want a decider, and as you
I
know,
don't
the
give a
NRL.
fuck. Do you want a decider?
Isn't
I want
Suncorp sold out anyway?
If
Yeah,
I,
Jack doesn't want to go to a game 3 decider in Brisbane. That's terrifying. I want this shit in wraps. I want it done.
Victory
Doesn't
laps. Yeah.
Knicks in
doesn't matter what
5.
you want. Anyway, Knicks in 5. Yeah, New South Wales in 2, Knicks in 5. Sorry, that's what I'm going. My first try scorer, I'm going to go Mitch to score the first try. Nice little dummy, take it on, run straight through. And my bold prediction is Hayden to have a sook about something in the game in the group chat. Jez, what do you got?
I missed your first try scorer. Troy scorer? Missed your first Troy scorer.
Mitch Moses.
Moses, thank you. I have 22-6 to the Blues, and I have Brian To'o as first try scorer. And I have Hayden crying into a flood of tears and 6 boxes of tissues being used, 2 on his eyes.
They said they were getting beat.
Show us your hands, Hayden.
Something's getting beat.
He's getting beat. Wow. All right. Well, that's pretty much our Origin preview done. Longy, mate, I'll hand it over to you. This is what you've wanted. You've been talking this up. So what we're doing is obviously there's no game to preview this week. So it's the best of Parra. He's going to run through whatever Longy really fucking wants to. He's going to ask the questions and we're going to answer them. So Longy, mate, power is in your hand. Don't make it go too long because I promise everyone a short podcast, but fire away.
No, mate, it's a chill one. We'll keep it under a couple of hours, I'd say. But the nostalgia tour, we're jumping off the track here. Obviously, we've been talking about Parramatta this year a lot, but I think it's worth going back. And I think about all the Eels group chats I'm in. It's always talking about, remember Chris Ninu, remember this, remember that. That's what this segment's going to be. Now, I'll put you on the spot here, Jez. Can I screen share? Is that I'm going to attempt it.
You can. I don't know how.
I'm
But
gonna
you
attempt it. I
can.
think you just switch. Because I want to kick us off in a bit of style.
Yeah, no, I know how to do that. Look.
Yep.
Ooh.
Bang.
There we go.
Are you guys getting sound or not?
No.
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 That's okay.
Oh.
This is when Ando wrapped himself in bubble wrap
Yeah.
and ran at a bunch of Parramatta players. Fufu Moi Moi laid him out. Eric Growth, Chris Ninu. This was just the Moi Moi hit.
Timmy Matter.
Do you remember when we
Well,
had Christian
that's not-
Inu
that's
on?
not
He
stop.
spoke about this.
He did. He actually
Yeah.
spoke about that moment. Yeah.
Legend.
What did he say?
The moment.
He
It
actually
was
said
hell fun bashing him.
he said he held back because he was obviously one of the first ones, and he held back. And
He
then
wish he
others didn't. He just wish he wishes he didn't.
Do you guys remember that video
Nice
last
hair.
year? Hayden, who was the guy? Hamole something. He put a shot on. Yeah, that's the one. But I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to throw it to you first, Troy. You're a nostalgic guy. You got it all behind you there.
Yeah.
Who's your remember when Parramatta player that you're thinking of right now?
Oh, well, look, it's his birthday today, and I brought a few props along. So
Are you talking about me?
His book, Sterlo, I'm talking about. My very first, you probably can't see that too well. My very first Parramatta Eels jersey.
Can you turn your background off, please, on this, please? It'd be so much fun.
No, it's all right. No, it's just.
Anyway,
It's a sell, boys.
No. It's not about the background. It's not about the background. Anyway, it's an old Parramatta jersey with the number 7 on it, Sterlo. And I just remember 1987 v. the Roosters at Parramatta Stadium. He got what was back in the day a Rugby League Week 10. Now, they just didn't hand them out to Neville Nobodies. And he scored 3 tries that day. I think one was from a little grubber kick through. I think one was off a kick from Mike Eden. I can't remember what the other one was, but there was try assists as well. So that was my memory. But there's so many. There's so many to choose from. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
And I will. Semi Radradra at Suncorp Stadium. 2017. My first Brisbane Broncos Parramatta game at Suncorp. Those 4 tries that he scored, but also Kirisomi Avaa scored what was the NRL's fastest ever try. It's been broken now, but that was a great night, 52-34 as well.
Man, Semi Radradra, I'm going to come in here with a take that I throw out amongst non-Para fans all the time and always get laughed at. If Semi had a full career in the NRL, best winger ever, not even a conversation. Do we agree or disagree? Just a quick one.
Agreed.
Agree.
We'll win the 2022 grand final if he's there.
Yeah. All right, there we go. We're all on the same base there. A few names being thrown around in the comments too. Feletti Mateo, that's an absolute banger. Great era of Parramatta. Chris Ninu back then as well. We obviously had him on the podcast. That was a cracker. Jack, birthday boy, I'll throw to you next. Who's your remember when?
I got a couple. I'm going to start with 2009 Joel Reddy. He was just absolutely brilliant. Really helped Eric Groth defend. Could hit a hole like none other. And then I'm going to throw to a personal favorite of my father and I's, Kenny Edwards. Most famous for Kenny cramps, we used to call them. Couple minutes to go. We're up by 2. Boom. That calf is on fire. He can't move at all. Just brilliant sportsmanship. Love to see it.
And
they're my 2 there, Longy. I'll keep it short and sweet because Troy wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah, bro, Kenny Edwards is an elite call. Remember when Troy, you're alluding to it. Remember when Kenny Edwards used to celebrate with the opposition team?
Yeah.
I think he did it to Will Hopewadi. We scored a try and we're versing the Dogs, and he brought Will in because, once a teammate, always a teammate. Just to get that Parra spirit reignited when he was playing for the Dogs.
Bro, biggest rage baiter. I remember one game too. Kenny Edwards started at hooker for us against the Roosters. I won't share the score, but we did that. Now, Haydos, up to you next, mate. Do not name a Queenslander, but who's your standout remember when Parramatta player?
Left field off the top of my head. I'll go with Tony T-Rex Williams. Remember when he was kicking goals for Parramatta? I think he kicked about 10 goals, scored a couple of tries with a little bit of a stint. T-Rex Tony Williams at Parramatta. I think might have been 2018 season, but I just remember him kicking those goals. And then for me personally, that 2009 Jared Haynes season, we talk about all the time. There's lots of things that we talk about all the time, but I remember meeting him at a fan day with my dad at the start of the year and telling him he was going to have a big year. And, we started that season pretty poorly, but turned around and it looked like a dream come true, just falling short right at the end.
Yeah, that 09 season was special. I'm just going to throw one other name in there too. Kevin Kingston at hooker coming off the bench. We've had some great hookers over the years. You had Kingston that 09 year. I remember back in the day, the Mark Riddell, PJ Marsh era. That was great. That was exciting. Like we've had some crap.
Brad Drew.
Yeah. Adam, throw to you. Who's yours?
Look, my earliest memories was like the Jim Dimmick, Jason Smith era. Obviously, as a fan, I have that jersey from back then. I don't think I do. I had it. I know what happened to it. Michael probably fucking stole it. I've got one from just before that, and I've got one after. So That was my first kind of memories. I can't remember the name of my favorite player back there. It was Nathan someone. Do you remember his name? But he wasn't that good. He left us and went to the Warriors. He's just randomly my favorite player. I'm trying to find it because obviously it was a fucking long time ago and I've had a lot of things happen in my life since then. But I think it was Nathan. I can't find it. I'm never going to fucking... Nathan, was it Nathan Barnes? No.
I will look for you while you talk.
Yeah, you do that. But obviously can't go like Hayden said, past 2009, Jared Hayne, just that era, that run. I want to highlight while I mentioned his name as well. I said to you guys off there, but just how good it is to see the media starting to talk about what Jared Hayne did again as a player. You know, it seemed like he was kind of blacklisted for quite a while. There you go, Justin Morgan, that was it. Michael remembers. It was randomly my favorite player. It was the most random thing ever. Most people don't even probably remember him, but I loved him for something.
Your favorite player?
Played
you
for
thought his name was
Canberra as well.
Nathan?
Nathan?
It was when I was like
Bro, I was
6
looking
years
at
old.
Nathan's on the Wikipedia list.
Love you, Nathan.
Yeah, I was like when I was 6 years old and it only lasted like 3. It was like I think it was probably like Lucas was the first player's name I remembered. Lucas's first name was Mitchell Moses, and now all of a sudden it's Josh Adokari knows every other players, but that was his first one. So
at least he'll get that one right.
Yeah, he probably will. Will
You
he?
mean Nathan Moses?
Well, yeah, Isaac Moses. But yeah. What I was saying was, Jared Hayne. Like, it's great to see the media getting around that again and starting to, I guess, appreciate everything he did in his career. I just wish our club would show him that same respect as he deserves. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Jared Hayne, that whole 2009 run for Moi Moi. Obviously, was a massive high marsh lover as well. Please unblock me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
I'll sling another one in because you've talked about some legends there. I'm going to throw some random ones. Do you guys remember the Chris Sandow, Ben Roberts halves combination that we had for a few years there?
Elite.
God, that was fun. God, it was fun though. Like a lot of spoons, but entertaining footy.
My
Jack, you're on mute, bro.
My favorite Chris Sandow memory was when he asked the referee in Melbourne how much they paying you, and he got Sim in for it. We're down by 50.
Oh, mate. All right. Now, Jez, you can throw a Parramatta player in if you want. If you mention the 01 grand final, I'm going to drive up.
I won't be that
way.
cheeky. I won't be that cheeky.
All right, good.
Mine is, and it's the continuous call team. So it's the Fui Fui Moi Moi song. That is just burnt into my brain. And then seeing him play live and just seeing his different hairstyles throughout the years as well was phenomenal to watch. So Fui Fui is my Parramatta player that I loved watching the most. And then I guess an experience from a Newcastle home game. I was with Adam. I still got the photos of this, Adam. We went into the sheds and it was Luke Burt, Nathan Hindmarsh, and can't remember the other player. But they came over after their shower. They came over and they hung out.
Was that the first time he played?
No, this was 2011 or
16.
Yeah. No, it's 2011.
Or a bit earlier. Yeah,
both retired by 2012.
Was this in the showers? Or?
It was when the new grandstand at Newcastle was like very new. So we're down in the dungeons in the shed, but those 3 players came over and they hung out with us for at least 25 minutes, just talking to us young lads, and it was surreal. Like they just played 80 minutes of tough footy, and then they're over here talking to us no one. So that was a core memory that I've shared around a Parramatta group as well.
They have towels on.
That's beautiful.
They were
fully dressed.
Not like when I saw Nathan Hindmarsh in 2005.
Yeah, not like the olden days of going into the sheds.
Yeah.
Jez, you mentioned the Fui Fui Moi Moi haircuts. I'm just going to take over screen share again. Also, guys, are you getting sound when I screen share?
No, we're not.
No.
Okay, that's all right. You don't need sound for this one. Just a great cut from Fui Fui.
Oh, yes.
Old Shane Shackleton impersonating Fui. You're not hearing it, but he sounds exactly like Fui.
Yeah.
This has been so much better with sound.
Yeah. The best
one he share these.
The best one he did was when he was doing the training, taking that comedian through the training, and he's like, "Oh, I see this one, I do this one, and you got the paper towel. Good for the arms. Oh, see the yellow Gatorade? Don't drink that. It's piss."
Is this the
You got
time where
some people not agreeing, by the way, with Sandow and Roberts being fun? That's the halves combo.
Daniel Wagon.
Ben Custo.
It's when the club had so much personality as well. Like the players, and this is not just a dig at our club. Players were allowed to have personality back there. Like I remember 2003, Darren Tracy bought a pub in Morpeth, like 10 minutes from my house now, like back when I grew up, about 6-7 minutes away. Damn it, I didn't get anyone. But like they played Newcastle. They played a game at Newcastle, and they all come back to the pub. And like Jamie Lyon was behind the bar pouring beers. That was before he decided he didn't want to pour beers at Parramatta anymore. Stuff like that. It would never happen in the modern day because I guess the world's so PC that everyone's too worried what people would think. But they were just hanging out the back, drinking, smoking, God knows what else they were fucking doing. But they were having a great time at a local pub in Maitland after a game. It was fantastic days. I love those days. I miss them.
You know what I miss?
Beautiful.
Blake Ferguson's backflips.
I'm sure he's still
they were
probably doing
Yeah, okay. Good one, eh? That was a good one, eh?
You need to be lucky that you've experienced Zach Lomax's backflips in your time as well. So. Right, Longy.
I want to shout out Rob as well. He's mentioned Paulie. Now we can get into the real niche players if you guys want. Do you remember when Jacob Loco was coming on and everyone was like, "This is the next, generational talent, the next Mal Meninga"?
The next GI coming through for Parramatta.
Yeah, we had some jacked players around there. Like Kalepi Tanganoa had biceps the size of my thighs.
He's still
he
playing,
was
I
a
think,
jacked.
over in
Yeah,
England
he's
too.
playing in England now.
Yeah. Any other remember wins, guys? Anyone else want to jump in? Players on your mind?
Well, we've got when we had the centre pairing of Ryan Morgan and Chase Blair, and then not Parra related, but then Chase Blair was the first guy to wear long sleeve jerseys for a different club that we weren't named. But I remember Chriso, my dear father, convinced that Ryan Morgan was going to become the next superstar centre in the comp.
It was a desperate time for Parramatta fans, that 11 to 14 period, wasn't it?
Who was that lock back then? Joseph Paulo?
Yep, he's still playing.
He used to skip
Mr.
across field with
USA.
the one hand.
He played
He
last
was so
year in
good for the
Newcastle.
USA in that World Cup, though.
Played for the
Mate,
Panthers
he
as
was
well, I think.
USA.
We had some guys. Do you guys remember Dean Witters? I loved Dean Witters. He was one of my first favorite players that I really attached to. So exciting.
David Woods.
We got heaps of comments coming through too.
Yeah,
Lee Mateo,
those
Wade
three.
McKinnon, Dave
Daniel-
Woods, Gavin
Rookie-
Catnach.
Rookie Daniel Mortimer in 09 coming through, was robbed of Rookie of the Year, was convinced he was going to become Brett Kenny 2.0, and then won a comp with the Roosters.
Yeah, classic Parramatta move. Him winning the comp with the Roosters after we let him go.
Traitor.
Can we move on and we can get some fan comments and just talk about our best ever game? So the best game you've experienced as a Parramatta, let's see best and worst. How about that? That could be an interesting thing. And you can spin it whichever way and go your best first or your worst first. So Longy, I'll go to you because you've been doing it. So you give me your worst and best, whichever order you want.
Best, I'm going to go with that final against the Broncos, 2019. We beat them 58-0. I was sitting right behind the post, just watching us run in try after try. That was when we had like Michael Jennings in the team, a bunch of the guys we've talked about in this video. Really fun Parramatta side. And apparently the Broncos team were out at the Pokies the night before. Worst game. Worst game. Oh, God, there's a lot of options. The 2022 grand final caused me anguish that I still haven't fully recovered from, if I'm being honest. Like, it broke a part of my innocence that just hasn't come back. So, yeah.
Jack, what's yours? Any
I want
order?
to go the first game I ever remember watching live. It was, I want to say round 23, 2005. We beat the Bulldogs 56-4. There's home videos of me shit talking Bulldogs fans within an inch of their lives. Tamana Tahu, I was 5.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Obviously.
Tamana Tahu
Play them on the
hat-trick, and he
podcast next week.
did the slam dunk over the post.
Yeah.
And then worst game. Take your fucking pick. I'm gonna double down in that grand final. I had to drink myself into memory loss to forget that game.
Jack, can I throw in another worst game then? If you can have that one. The 2005 grand final qualifier against the Cowboys when we were minor premiers. I was 10 years old. I specifically remember putting my jersey on, sitting downstairs. None of my family were Parra fans. They were Tigers fans. And they just gave me the most shit for that. I remember crying. It was nothing much changed. It was brutal.
My dad took me to that game, painted my face blue and gold, and I had to sit on a train on the way home with a bunch of drunk Cowboys fans giving it to me. and I've never worn any form of face paint since. And that was 21 years ago, nearly.
Scarred for life.
He wanted to be a clown as well, and he couldn't do it because of that game. But I remember being like, I was actually going to mention that game, and I had a broken leg. I was 14, broke my leg a couple of days after we beat the Broncos to get the minor premiership. So I missed the first game, then obviously got the week off, and Dad got me this excellent disabled parking permit, temporary one, because I was on crutches. And here I am, fucking crutching. It was meant to be heaps close. It was fucking ages away. I might as well just parked in P1. I was pretty much next to P1. And then obviously had to leave early at 29-0, never competing. And Brian Smith's great tactic of, Heine's right to go, but we're just going to leave him till the grand final. Really worked out well for us. Jez, I'll throw to you, because obviously we can make this a little bit Knights related. Can you give me your worst game you've seen Parramatta beat the Knights and the best game you've seen them beat the Knights?
I wonder what the best might be.
I was going to go, I was going to go a different route. Spoon Bowl's always up there. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. That one against the Titans was good, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
Hanging down the sideline.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But like, in all fairness, Dad and I are at every home game, no matter what, through thick and thin. There's a lot more people there now, which is really annoying because they get in my way and they're too loud. But that's just me personally. I liked it when there was only about 12,000 people there watching the Knights play. No, I was going to go with, obviously, are you putting sound effects over me or what?
No, that was me, sorry.
That was a genuine sound.
I was going to go the two games that I've been with Adam to Parramatta to watch them play. One was at Brookvale Oval. Was it Four Pines then, or wasn't called that just then?
I think it was still called Brookvale. And there's some things we said that night that we will never be able to repeat on a podcast ever. About Brett Stewart.
Yes. But sitting on the hill in and amongst a group of Parramatta supporters, I may have had a Parramatta jersey on as well during that game. So that was a fun one. And the other one was a big throwback, Adam, your first Bucks show, because he's had two. It was freezing cold. I believe Parramatta were playing St. George.
27th of June and 7:30 kickoff on a Saturday night. And it was 1 degree on kickoff, felt like minus 1.4.
Yep. I borrowed the scarf from a lady next to me. I had a puffer jacket on, and I also borrowed a Parramatta jersey because someone had two on over the top. But the winger scored in the corner right in front of us, and it was electric. But it was more. It was Rod Raja. It was more just the atmosphere and the people that I was with made those games memorable for me in terms of Parramatta.
The best memory of that day was we left Newcastle at we went go-karting.
Shut up, Michael. It was freezing.
Go-kart track, it was quite hot. It was fucking freezing. He was fucking shit-faced. Yeah. He was so shit-faced. One of my mates, Reese, we left to go-karting about 11 o'clock in a hot go-karting thing. So he decided not to get a jumper out of his car. And he was there in thong shorts and a t-shirt. And we all had about 3 layers on.
He was
the
blue.
most frozen person ever. What's yours, Troy?
Well, look, there's a lot of best games, isn't there? I mean, during those hard times, beating Great Britain at Parramatta Stadium, that was a great victory. Stuart Galbraith was on fire that night. There's so many. I mentioned it before, the game up at Suncorp. That one, 52-34, semi 4 tries. What else is there? The Easter Monday opening at CommBank Stadium. That was pretty cool, that game.
Yeah.
What was that, 51-6, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. That Moses try in the corner
Was it
too.
51-6?
Cracker. 51-6, yeah.
Yeah. So he scored the first try, the first goal that day, Mitchell Moses. So worst games, well, probably the 2001 grand final. I don't know, Jez is probably happy about, but 2001 grand final, people were fearing for my life that night because I was sitting behind the posts, and that's when the old stadium had the big wings on the back, so they thought I might have jumped off the back of the stadium. So thinking if I was still alive or not, but yeah, I still am here. And the other one that really got to me was my actual Bucks night in 2011, I think it was, actually. Yeah, Hindy's 300th game at Penrith Stadium. And we were rewarded that night. And I was actually crying for Hindy because he should have won his 300th game. But look, just going back to my best games, any victory against Penrith is always pretty good.
Hayden, what do you got, mate?
Yeah, for the best couple to shout, I've got the game at Townsville that we were at. I think it's the obvious pick there, that one. I also think the game a couple of weeks before that where we beat the Storm at home to secure a spot in the top 4. Bit of revenge over the Storm to knock them into 5th spot. Felt really, really good. As for the worst games, there's a couple. Like there was a game against the Sharks, I think it was 2022 as well, where we sort of led all game, and Nico Hines missed every goal that afternoon, but the crowd somehow
Except one.
Yes, and that was the match winner. So they were all doing this, all the Sharks fans.
After Ray Stone fucked up big time. They made up for the week after.
Yes, that's true. But the one that sticks in my mind, which is one that everyone's probably forgotten about, but I will never forget about, and I've got it up here, is round 16, 2020. We played the Rabbitohs. At halftime, it was 22-0. I've actually never, believe it or not, walked out of a game and left. This game, I walked out and I definitely paced myself. I passed the footy around at halftime with people, but I was this close to leaving this game. It was 22-0 at halftime. It was 38-0 at full time at our stadium against South Sydney. It was really, really embarrassing. And for me, that's one of Parramatta's worst performances I've ever seen. And how quickly they scored their tries. I think Corey Allen, maybe Jaden Sewer at the time, I think they scored within the 5th and 7th minute. It was just happening so quickly. And it was frustrating. And then, Troy, you mentioned it. The other good one is definitely the opening of CommBank Stadium. I still remember that sign. Someone, I don't know if you're watching, but the dawning of a new era will stick in my heart forever.
It didn't happen.
Were you holding up a sign?
No, there was a sign in the old, I don't know if it was the Swarm, but it was where the drums, flags, that sort of thing were up the top. And there was someone who had a sign that said the dawning of a new era. It was shown on TV. It was shown around the stadium. It was everywhere. It sticks with me. I'll try and find it, but keep talking.
I will. Thank you for your permission. Thanks, Anna. Look, the worst. Fuck, where do I start? 2019 Magic Round was obviously really terrible. Getting absolutely smashed up there by the Melbourne Storm. 2019 Melbourne Storm getting smashed by them in week 2 of the finals. There's a lot I could obviously go through and say, but I'm going to pick this one straight out. And it wasn't our biggest defeat, but for me, it's still the loss that hurts the most, which was week 1 of the finals against the Melbourne Storm in 2017. I still believe if we won that game, we win the comp. We were the only team that competed with Melbourne that year, and it was such a close competition, like to get to who played Melbourne in the grand final. If we beat them, I reckon we knocked them out because the Cowboys pulled some shit out of their ass somehow and made a grand final after they knocked us off the week after. So we got the week off, we reset. I think we play finals football because the Broncos were, I can't say that, it's very blurry, but cool. Thanks for sharing. Hope it wasn't a nude. So yeah, that's my worst by far. Best, look, beating Newcastle by 60 last year was up there because you know how much I love beating Newcastle. Opening the stadium 2022, obviously being there and watching Hayden Fate when we won that prelim final was pretty cool. But for me, as a core memory and nostalgia, cool. That's awesome, Hayden. I'm going to sleep well now. Right now, I feel that.
Fuck yeah, Hayden. Fuck yeah, that was not sick.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Some core memories. Parramatta when Benji Marshall returned with the Dragons. The whole crowd chanting Benchy after that Benchy article went out when he was playing at the Tigers. I think that was 2016, maybe. It was the same time we finally got Ricky Stewart home. The crowd was on fire, Old Stadium, and the Ricky chant went around when we. That was 2016 when we smashed the Canberra Rays. We thought it was going to be so good. But my best ever has to be 2005, Newcastle Stadium, the old stadium back then. Parramatta versus Newcastle. Newcastle had not won a game, 50-0. It was fucking fantastic. I'll never forget there was 16,000 people, and Newcastle fans are pretty loyal, but people don't realise how many away fans turn up. And there was, I can guarantee there was more Parramatta fans there than Newcastle fans. They had enough. Joey wasn't playing. They hadn't won a game. There was about 10,000 Parramatta fans there. It was like leaving Newcastle. It was like leaving a Parramatta stadium, and they're giving us, fuck off back to Western Sydney. All the Knights Nanas are into us at 80. I said, man, I'll live fucking half an hour away, idiots. I used to love it, but that was definitely up there. I didn't even mention the 2009 week final. So there you go. That's pretty much it. I'm going to add someone to this prize thing, and then we'll let Longy take us out of here, pretty much talking about how he misses the good old days. And then obviously next week's podcast, we'll be back. So we've got 30 people enter. Sorry. Before I do that, Joel sent through this one as his core memory, and I've uploaded it.
Oh, wow.
The mascots from last year, and the other ones are apparently getting fixed. I still don't.
Do they end up in the Kellyville museum up in Kellyville?
I don't know.
Where are they now?
I think they're in a haunted house somewhere.
They've been placed with Zach Lomax's boot. There was also some in that Hall of Fame section. So, all right, let's get to this. 30 people entered. So once again, whoever gets drawn out here will go in the draw. No, it won't go in the draw. Sorry, they'll be there they've got to be here to claim it as well. 30th of August to have the chance to kick for a trip to Vegas. So going back to my comments, 30 people starred. 15 right in the middle, smack bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
15, 16, 17.
15 is Scott Harris. So Scott, you're still here, mate. Do we say they have to be here, or just message him? What do you want to do? Jez, you're in charge.
We're in a pretty giving mood. I reckon we just message him.
Yeah, we're
for the people. We're for the people, Adam Martin.
Yeah, we're for the
talking
fans.
Yeah, okay. Let's just do that, because obviously it's a pretty elite competition to get into. So
and ask him if he can kick.
But he's here anyway.
He's here.
There you go. He's here. There you go. My comments are playing up, and I can't scroll down. That's why I did that. So Scott, message the page, mate. 30th of August, you're locked in. You've got the first spot. Probably end up with about 25 people. So you've probably got 1 in 25 chance of kicking your way to Vegas. That'd be pretty cool.
Troy, start stretching.
Well, that's an interesting point as well. Do we let Troy in this competition so he can win his way to Vegas? Can we see what the fans think while Longy takes us out? So I'll put it up.
Let's do a poll.
Do the poll.
Do we let Troy in? Now, Troy, I want to set some rules for you.
Right. Okay. I won't even vote in this poll.
No, in to win to Vegas. If people vote, you can go in, right?
Right.
You can't pick an ex-NRL player.
Okay.
I'll let you pick one of the podcasts to kick for you, because we know you can't kick to save your fucking life, right?
No.
Right. The thing is, you have to pick someone now from the podcast as the people vote. All right. So click 1 for yes, 2 for no. If we let Troy in, it's the powers with the people. Troy?
You should make the power to the people and make it 1 to 6 based on us, or 1 to 5.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. We'll let him have
cool.
his pick.
That is funny.
Right, while Longy takes us out, then you get your chance to think, Troy. So Longy, mate, final say on your nostalgia. What do you miss about the old days?
Yeah, I'll just finish with one more win. We're talking about the Storm a bunch. Obviously, we all hate the Storm. I've got my 09 half and half Storm jersey to remind me that cheaters do prosper sometimes, and the world isn't fair. But we did get up on them once, and that Ray Stone try in Golden Point off the failed field goal. He's got a double that day as well. Absolutely beautiful day, mate. It was stunning, absolutely stunning. So, yeah, shout out Ray Stone wherever you are now. Obviously, is at Redcliffe, and shout out Troy. I think you're entering this competition, mate. It's about 100 votes for yes, and no one's voted no.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't. I have to pick a podcast member, but Rob said he could get Ruben Garrick to kick it for me if he can.
All right, okay, I'll give you, if he can get Ruben Garrick for you, saying that Manly season's still going to be going. We'll allow only Ruben Garrick or a podcast. So give us a podcast member as a backup.
Okay, a podcast member as a backup. I will go. I'll give it to Jez. Jez, can you kick it for me?
I absolutely can, and I will not let you down. I've always said to Adam that NRL needs to have specialist kickers because I'm a big softie and I don't like getting hurt, but I can slot them from anywhere.
Awesome. Awesome.
There you go.
Thank
Troy,
you.
you'll be going to Vegas.
So it's on. It's on. You don't know the shit I'm going to be doing to put you off. And if it's Ruben Garrick, I'll be doing shit to put him off as well. So look, they're on the list. It's official. So Vegas kicking comp. We'll put in first. It was Scott Harris
and Troy.
and Troy Warner. There you go.
Not a single no vote.
People
Oh, the
like
fair.
it.
We're united. We softened them up with that nostalgia.
That's
100%.
right.
Anyway,
welcome,
I
Troy.
won't catch you next Tuesday. Like I said, Jez will be hosting for the next 2 weeks, and I'll be having a little bit of a break. Content will be continuing, but
All the best, Adam. All the best to you and the family. And
I'm just worried. Like, I'm worried that she's going to be born on the 30th of June, which is Jez's birthday. And if that happens, like, Jeremy isn't a very good girl's name. So
Hear me out. Jazz just picks a different birthday.
True.
Yeah, grow up, Chaz.
Yeah.
was actually one of our
After 35 years, it's time to pass it on.
yeah, one
Switch
of,
it
our
up,
other
mate.
friends, one of our other friends actually had a kid on Jeremy's birthday already. So
Yeah.
it's getting a bit controversial, and also didn't name his child after Jeremy. So, you
True.
know, anyway,
I was,
see
I was going to be Monica if I was a girl. So there you go.
Okay, I don't think I'll get that one through. So,
Monica Martin rolls up the tongue beautifully.
good night, and I won't see you next Tuesday.
Go Parra.